to day 30. And I'm really excited about this day because it's wrapping everything that we've done up. This is day 30, your people plan. I have 3 goals today. I want to put all your skills together, everything we've done over the last 30 days. I want to give you an action plan that you can do after this course is over. And I want to show you how to live an unforgettable life, because having fulfilling and deep relationships, looking forward to your interactions, that's what being unforgettable is all about. But of course, I have a warm-up to get our juices flowing. And this time I want to ask you the question, what is the one thing you could start doing right now that would make the biggest impact in your life? I taught a lot of things over these 30 days, and I know you're like, wow, where do I start? And I want you to think of the one thing. I love it, your hand just popped up. Tell me.
Better listener.
Better listening. Number 6, day 6, the art of listening and the RUC technique. Yeah, what's one thing? Yeah.
The better questions has just blown my mind, because just that alone can draw so much information out of people, and then from that you can learn more. But just to get through the short,
social scripts.
Yes, and to learn more and have more interesting conversation.
Fabulous. Lacey, did you have your hand up?
Yeah, the listening piece for me as well, because I tend to get in my head so much that I miss out on opportunities. So listening and then building on that and asking the questions and forming the relationship and having the confidence to actually do all of that.
So at home, I want you to start thinking about what is your one thing you want to start doing, because that's your starting place. That's your starting place for the next 30 days. Yeah, Terry.
Just introduce myself, be the first one to do that, because that starts the whole process, and that's something that I rarely do.
Yeah, absolutely. And people want to meet you. They want to meet you. Now, the next question, maybe a little harder. What's the one thing that you could stop doing right now that would make the biggest impact in your life? So not just starting, but is there something you need to stop doing, a behavior that's been limiting you? Yeah.
Worry what people think about me.
Right. Because that, at the very most, could be 0.02% of thoughts. Absolutely. What else could you stop doing? Yeah.
Stop being afraid of the awkward silence. So that means embracing the awkward silence, but stop talking too much.
Are you going to do a vow of silence? Are you thinking about it? You want to do one with me?
I should, yes.
We should do one together.
Yeah, I'd love that.
I would love to do that. Because I have embraced the awkward pause, and it's a relief. Huge relief. So with these things, the start and the stop is exactly what I want you to do next. To put your people encyclopedia into action. As you know, I built this course as an encyclopedia, a reference guide, where right now you might be taking the course for business. In a few months, it might be for social. A few months after that, it might be for romance. And you can pull this out and use any of the segments whenever you want. Quick review of what we've learned. In part 1, we did people intelligence, our innate talents. We learned how to detox and clear the way, set boundaries, and say no. We talked about harnessing your charisma, captivating your audience, and creating spark to make a good first impression as your initial hook on the path to connection. We talked about the art of conversation, or the art of listening, and you learned how to surprise people. What was your favorite day? Did you have a favorite day in here? Anyone have a favorite? They were like, yeah, that's the one I want to go back and watch. Yeah.
Number 1.
Number 1. Really? You like the Intelligence Day? Why?
It's a pattern. I love patterns.
Okay. Yeah. Because your intelligence is?
Intelligence, logic, math.
Exactly. I love it. Part 2. We talked about how to be memorable, how to be the highlight as the next aspect on the path to interaction, how to light up a room, how to captivate a room. Then we learned how to speed read people with the personality matrix, optimizing interactions, and how to speed read people, the science and art of honing your first impression. Then we talked about conquering your fears. That was a nerve-wracking day, but a good one. And the halftime pep talk, our check-in. So did anyone have a favorite on part 2? Yeah.
I love to be the highlight. I don't think I do it enough. And yeah, that's the part I'd probably rewatch again.
Yeah. Jason?
Definitely conquer your fears.
Conquer your fears.
Yep.
That was a big day. That was a rough day.
Yeah. I found out that I was afraid of something I didn't really realize before, so that's good.
In part 3, we talked about creating value, people hacks, the WOW formula, and the psychology of attraction before going into love. Creating value was how we tap into someone's real inner core about what motivates them. People hacks in the WOW formula put everything together, really tactical strategies you can use when you meet people. Psychology of attraction, building connection, and finding love were our love days. But we learned that that wasn't all about romance. That was also about attraction in business relationships, building connection with friendships, and honoring, loving, and appreciating our clients and our partners. Then we talked about successful communication, both in business and love life, and the formula for what to say to get your way. Oh, were there any favorites in part 3? Any big favorites? Yeah.
I think the finding value is something that I used to be pretty good at, but I have lost that. So bringing that back into my life will be really
A reminder.
great. Yeah.
I love it. Any other favorite days? Yeah, Van.
I think building a connection, because it made me realize that I need to be more vocal and outspoken about how I actually feel about people, and so they can really truly understand, the kind of relationship I want to have with them.
Yeah, and that meets your needs, and then they're able to fill your needs, which is a wonderful gift. Part 4, we talked about business. We talked about building your brand personality, how to inspire, and the science of leadership, using the 6 flexible inspiration styles to become a leader and build your tribe. We talked about human vampires, the difficult people of the world, and what to do about them, and what the underlying fears are. We talked about persuasion and supercharging your sales to make sure that you are motivating people in a way that they can hear you. 28, we talked about digital people skills, phone and online communication, social media. And in day 29, we learned about the Awesome Club, how to build our support team, how to ask for help, and how to get accountability on our goals. This is how we live an unforgettable life. You are the program director of your life. When you know your goals, when you put your skills into action, and when you live purposefully, you can decide how you want to live. I think this is about living regret-free. Regret is a big one. I think a lot about regret. I think a lot about, will I miss out if I make a certain decision? Will I miss out if I don't make a certain decision? And so I went looking in the research for regret. And Thomas Gilovich also has spent a lot of time thinking and researching about regret at Cornell University. And he asks people, what is your biggest regret? Now, I was going to ask you this question before this slide, but I thought that was a really hard question. And so I pose it to you so you can think about what your biggest regret is. And I wanted to share some science that might motivate your thoughts and your actions around regret. Thomas Gilovich studied the answers of what is your biggest regret, and he found patterns. He found that 75% of people regret not doing something. Only 25% of people regret doing something they did, which means that most of the time we should just try it. We should do it because we often regret if we didn't just try it once. And that most of those regrets were about not taking action with people and relationships. Most of the time it was, I didn't ask that girl out. I didn't tell that person I loved him. I didn't build that friendship. People and relationships is how we live a regret-free life. So I want to put this into action and talk about your monthly action plan. Every month, at the beginning of the month, I sit down with this worksheet. The monthly action plan, I put the date, my personal mission right up top. You all have this in your 4 purchase bonuses. And then I think about my monthly goals. So I want us to turn to that page in our workbook. It should be in the very back. I hope I can encourage you that every month you'll do this, or at least with your Awesome Club. You could sit down and do this together. Every month I want you to do the 3 by 3 by 3, which is, what are my 3 main goals this month? What are the 3 skills that will help you achieve them? And if you want, you can use your skills worksheet where I broke down every day and all the skills that you learned from that day. And what are the 3 action steps I need to do to hit them? Here's an example. So this was mine for a few months ago. And I saved them, by the way. And at the end of the year, I look at all of my goals sheets, and I see what I did that year. It's a really cool check-in, actually, on the first of the year to do. So here was one of mine. One of my goals was to get at least 10 leads from a conference I had coming up. I knew that I wanted to really hone number 11, surprise people. I wanted to bring a cool new business card. I wanted to be a highlight. I wanted to go into the conference with the offer mentality. And I wanted to, number 30, use digital people skills. So I wanted to follow up on social media. I wanted to cold contact on LinkedIn before I got to the conference. I wanted to make sure that my emails were really, really strong with good priming. My action steps were to order new business cards, practice low pressure with friends on being a highlight, and rewrite my online profiles with confidence. So I used the actions, the skills that we learned, and put it into action steps. So I thought we might do one right now. So I want you to turn to your partner, and luckily, you've already been thinking about Awesome Club, so hopefully you can take the goal that you were thinking about from Awesome Club and break it into action steps and people skills that we've learned. So I want you to turn to your partner and think about what is your 1, 2, or 3 goals you have for the month. What skill could you use for that goal, and what's the action step you could take for it? I feel, Lacey, you haven't been up on stage in a while. Who's your partner? Michael, come on up. Turn to your partner. At home, I want you to do your entire worksheet. I want you to think about all 3 of your goals, the 3 action steps, and 3 skills. Use your skills worksheet to decide. Come on up.
I've been hybriding partners.
Yeah, I like it. So you get the benefit of working with multiple people.
Yeah.
So,
Monthly goal.
What's your goal this month?
My goal is to write and post at least 10 blog posts.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a big one.
I'm 3 or 4 in.
Okay.
So,
okay,
like
good.
10 total.
10 total.
Actually, this month, as in right now, the last.
As in the next 30 days.
Next 30
right.
days.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What PQ skill do you want to use in those blog posts? This is a hard one. You don't have your skill. Here, I have a skills worksheet in front if you want to use it. Here you go. If you want to use it.
Oh, yeah.
What's the skill that you want to use? Just putting that one in
I want to
action.
harvest stories.
All right.
I love storytelling, and I love the relationships of it. I know there's a relationship one in here, too.
How about endeavor to discover?
Yes.
Yeah, so endeavor to
Can
discover
I
stories.
use multiple?
Of course. You got to 3 by 3 by 3. I like using 3 if
Okay.
you can.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to, but yeah.
And then be relentlessly curious and be a highlighter.
In your blog posts.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
With the offer mentality.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What action step do you need to do that?
I need to rate the posts.
Yes.
I need to collect the photos that go with the posts.
Great. So you're using faces, digital people skills. Okay.
And I need to schedule them to actually roll out.
Yeah.
Those are my 3.
Wow. That was
Yeah.
like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I like it. Michael, what's your goal for the month? That's right, you can.
I wanna. I'm hesitant to either do the ideal customer profile, finish that up, or actually go to a network event and get at least to talk to 3 people who could be ideal clients for me.
Both. You can have 3 goals per month. I think that's the most you can do. So let's do both. People skills you need for that.
Endeavor to discover for the people,
Yep.
and the same for the customer profile.
Okay.
Learn as much about them as I can.
Yep. How about the
Let's see.
matrix for your ideal customer?
Yeah, definitely the matrix.
One more.
I'm just gonna go with be a ninja.
Be a ninja. That's you know the trick. The trick is being a ninja is you can use any
Be
skill
flexible.
possible. Be flexible.
Yeah.
Know what happens in the moment. And that's the hardest one. I like it. You guys are like,
Cheers.
whoa. Very cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That was like boom, 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 quick. That was awesome. So the reason why this is helpful is, one, it helps you keep track of your goals over a year. And the second reason, it helps you put what we've learned into action to real life situations. So you're looking at what you have coming up on the calendar this month. You're saying, okay, what are the skills that I need to hone, which helps you move through them to get the action steps you need to do to complete them. This gives you accountability, motivation, applicability. And any time in here you can rewatch. If you bring out this skill sheet and you're like, wow, this month I had the first negotiation I've ever had. What do I need to rewatch? I should probably rewatch my persuasion section on this one before I do this negotiation. I haven't done a negotiation before. So that's where you can schedule in your rewatches. One of your action steps could be to rewatch one of the segments, just as a refresher. We still have 2 more skills to do. So number 32 is finding compassion. Compassion. To be our best self, we must harness our empathy, our integrity, our hope, and our inner growth. And there's a couple aspects to compassion. First is empathy. the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Let me go into some of the science of empathy, what it does for us and how it works. So William Icks has researched empathy, and he found that people with increased level of empathy leads to increased success in multiple areas. First, there is a direct correlation with high empathy levels and high sales numbers. The best salespeople, they can predict, see, and feel what their potential customer or client feels like, so they know how to sell to them. When we talked about the pain points of persuasion, what are your customers' pain? That is actually a secret empathy exercise. That is me just trying to get you to think about, what do they worry about? Feel as them, because that's how you sell to them. They are the most effective teachers and the most impactful therapists, because they understand how they can speak to people in an inspiring way, especially the feeling inspiration style, to tap into what they're feeling inside. This comes naturally to us. We don't often need to worry about harnessing our empathy. We already have this inside of us. For example, when babies hear another baby crying, they become distressed and cry too. Even if nothing's wrong, nurses know this in prenatal wards. Oh my goodness, do they know this? Toddlers actively try to calm a fellow upset toddler with offerings of toys, hugs, and baby talk. We already know how to do this from a very young age. We just have to be okay with it, be safe enough to make space for other people's hurt. Receiving an electrical shock is exactly the same as watching someone else receive electrical shock in the brain. We feel it the exact same way. We already have those mirror neurons. The second aspect of compassion is integrity, being consistent with actions, values, words, and morals. Integrity is it's a big word. It's something that I would like to have more of. I don't quite know how to do it, actually, and part of building this course has been experiencing integrity on a daily basis. For me, integrity is about being honest, being authentic, even if it's hard, and aligning my actions with my words. On a day-to-day basis, that means keeping my commitments and respecting people's times and needs. For me, integrity is about reading someone's matrix, understanding their value language, and then respecting it. That is what integrity is for me. But I want to ask, what does integrity mean to you? Because it's a big, big concept. So when you think of having high integrity, what do you think of? What does that mean for you, either in life or day to day? Yeah.
Similar to what you just said, being your word.
Mm-hmm. Embodying what you say, practicing what you teach. Yeah.
Yeah, having consistency among not only actions, words, but also thoughts, because sometimes you think one thing, but then you cover it up in a very different way or in a very polite way. So trying to be as true to that as possible.
I want to borrow that. Can I add thoughts too? I want to add thoughts too. I like it. Yeah. Anyone else on integrity? What does high integrity mean to you? Yeah.
Well, all of the things that have been said, but what I noticed for me is it means that I have to say no to more things. Because if I say yes to too many, then I can't do them all well, and then I go out of integrity and it doesn't feel good.
Being an essentialist, having high integrity is knowing you have to make space for what's precious to you. Day 2 in detox, that's a great aspect of integrity. So the third aspect of compassion is sharing. I also like to call this teaching. And what I mean by that is spreading knowledge, love, and wealth to your fellow humans makes both you and them better off. And I love this quote by Seneca, Seneca's writings are fantastic. He's a Roman philosopher, and he said, "While we teach, we learn." So even while I teach this course, I have been learning from you. I go home every night and I write down all of your answers. There's been a couple times where your answers have surprised me. And I'm like, I need to change this lesson. I need to change it. I need to add to it. You guys make me level up. You make me step up in a major way. This is also backed up in science. It's called the protege effect. So the protege effect, Sandra Akita does a lot of research on the protege effect. And here's what it says, that teaching increases our retention. Teaching helps us apply concepts, especially for a kinesthetic learner. Teaching exponentially increases worth. So you can take a fact that stands by itself, but the more you teach it, and they teach it, and they teach it, and they embody it, its power and its worth is exponential. because you see it embodied in so many different people. So here is my challenge for you. I want you to share the knowledge in this course. Share your favorite people fact. If there was a study that like astounded you, go tell people. Share it. Turn our stories, turn my stories into your stories. Make them your own and go share them and tell them and harvest dopamine with them. And I want you to become an influencer. This course, I hope, empowered you to get out there and make an impact, and that is the best way that you can share. The fifth one is hope. So this is my people skill number 33, growth and hope. As we grow our skills, talents, and relationships get better and better. So the science of hope and growth, if you'll forgive me a few more scientific studies for you. Neural pathways, as we know, they increase with each use. So every time we try something, it's going to get easier and easier. That the growth mentality, knowing that we can change the talents we've been given, makes us happier and more satisfied. And we never stop growing, ever. Doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter how smart you are, you can always keep improving that. They studied leaders across all fields, Warren Bennis and Bert Nannis, and they found that there was only one common trait of leaders across all fields, and it was that all of them were learners. Leaders have the growth mentality. They know that they can get better and better. And the fifth one is gratitude, being thankful and ready to show appreciation for any kindness you receive. And of course, I have some science of gratitude for you. Dr. Robert Emmons found that people with higher levels of gratitude have higher levels of life satisfaction and happiness. People with higher levels of gratitude have lower levels of depression, stress, and loneliness. And they're rated as more generous and less materialistic. So I want to know right now, what are you grateful for? On Twitter, tell me, I'm grateful for, and I want you to do this whenever you feel like you're in the mood. You're like, I want to tell Vanessa what I'm grateful for, hashtag me this, because it reminds me, it's my accountability ask. I need to be reminded how grateful I am as well. So I want to hear right now, what are you grateful for? Yeah, Maggie.
You, this course, this week has been transformative, incredible.
Thank you. What are you grateful for? Yeah.
I'm grateful for this course, and I'm grateful because I had sort of a lowness about 4 years ago, and I've really worked back up to being my best self, but something's been missing, and this course has really has reminded me that it's like my people skills and my interaction and my connection with people, and you've given me the tools to get that back, and you've helped me boldify my life, and I will be forever grateful for that. So thank you.
Someone else? Yeah.
I'm grateful for all of our audience, like
Yeah.
the connections, the heart. It's
I'm
not
super
always
grateful
like
for
that.
you. Yeah.
So I'm really grateful for everybody here.
Someone else. Well, I recover, yes.
I'm grateful for everything. My daughter, husband, the audience here,
Yes.
the class, creative
List it.
life. But yeah, it's been wonderful so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm grateful for this class, for the audience. It feels like everyone's so supportive of everyone. Everyone's willing to help each other out. It's basically, we created like a family in here.
It
And I
does
just
feel like that.
It
does.
just
Like, good
feels so
morning.
great, just
Yeah.
being in this environment and learning such great skills that's going to help us throughout just everything, help us with everything in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm grateful for, first of all, for you being here, and secondly, for Creative Life for selecting me for being here, and as well as all the awesome audiences here, and as well as all those yummy foods they feed us there.
Oh my gosh. Food is really good. It's true. Well, I think it's my turn. So I am so grateful for Creative Live. I mean, you guys do so much. You make it so easy to come in here and teach. I'm like speaking out to all of you behind the walls, especially all of you who did my personality test. You took personality tests, intelligence tests. You let me poke and prod you. You got on camera and answered these super vulnerable questions. I am so grateful to you, my lovely audience. And I have some special thank yous to give out to you. I've written last night and over lunch today, I was thinking about all the things that I'm really just honored to have you here and specific things that I want to say to you. So, Ariana, will you come up? Will you join me really quickly? So I wanted to say to you specifically that I am grateful that you have so many talents and you're always endeavoring to find the best way to share them. I think that you should harness all of your intelligences and keep looking for ways to share that brilliance with the world. Thank you. Can I give you a hug? Yeah. Thank you. Joshua, you're up next. So Joshua, I am grateful for, and I want to honor you for having the courage and kindness to build your foundation. I mean, you're here, you're at the beginning of your career, and that takes amazing courage. And to always reach out wholeheartedly to every single person you encounter. Joshua, at the end of every day, comes and finds me, and he's like, I just wanted to say goodbye, thank you. Every encounter, every person who's encountered you, I think can say this. You are always wholehearted, and so this is for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Lee, come up here. Lee, so you level up on every single answer, every single segment you leveled up, and in every single moment, I feel you. I don't know if you know that, but in the audience, you give me incredible nonverbal feedback that when I'm like, am I doing this right? Like, are people here? You always are like, and so this is for leveling up.
Thank you.
Yeah. Kim. So Kim. So I had heard about Kim before she came to the course. One of my friends said, hey, this girl Kim is in your audience. She's great. I love her. And she does this mindfulness training. And I went to your website and I was thinking about this course and I was like, I have to stay super calm for this course. You know, I have to get my anxiety down, right? To make sure I'm staying really calm. And so I thought to myself, whenever I see Kim in the audience, I'm going to take a deep breath. And so you have been a rock for me in that way. Your mindfulness has spread to me. So I'm grateful for your mindfulness, your presence, and spreading your inner calm. You are a breath of fresh air.
Oh, thank you.
JKO.
Oh, gosh. I wasn't expecting that.
Right here.
Oh,
You're
gosh.
part of this team.
Absolutely. No, I've learned so much.
So, JKO, for always steering our ship towards success and supporting our learning in every possible way. You're a ninja of learning.
That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. This has been wonderful. Thanks, Vanessa.
Lacey, come on up. So, you are like presence, right? You are so fully present. You're so fully yourself, and you own that. And you live life to its fullest. And I hope that you will never stop doing that. Allie. Okay. So Allie, you have super embraced discomfort. You have owned your fears. And I actually want to give you the fear hat.
Oh.
For owning your fears and embodying spiritual intelligence. Embodying the side of you that is compassionate and giving and humble. For you. Jason, you're up next. Come join me. So Jason, I think you're everyone's rock here. Your inner calm, your stability, and you bring kindness to every interaction. Jason, for those of you at home, knew that we were all like, oh God, we're so sore. And he brought lacrosse balls, or those stress balls, for every single person, including crew members, for us to massage ourselves, and he was showing us how to release tension. And that takes an incredible amount of kindness. This is for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sashit, come on up. So Sashit came to me the other day, and he was like, I mean, we've been together for now 2 courses.
Yes.
And you said, you know, I want to take this learning and I want to put it into action and I want to review it and I want to submit my case studies of my before and after, coming in the audience and doing it. And so I want to salute you for taking learning beyond the classroom in every way and being fully present plus.
Thank you.
You do everything right, and I am so proud that you are a student.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye, you're up. So, I love that you love people. Okay. When you said that on the first day, I was like, we are going to get along great. Okay. So I honor you, and I'm grateful for your love of people, your love of life, and being the light of the room.
Thank you.
Yes. Van, come on up. First of all, I think you have the best name ever, obviously. But I also want to say that I honor you for building the most amazing story by taking your adventure that you're doing, traveling across the country, and by conquering the world. And for that, I actually want to give you our Beanie Baby from the Story Day, because you are building your story right now. Beanie Baby, award for you, and hug.
Thank you so much.
Terry, your turn. So, Terry, I am just amazed and grateful for you coming out of your comfort zone. I know that being here has been a challenge, and I'm asking you to be vulnerable with me. And so I wanted to give you, as a symbolic gesture, a jump rope. Sweet. And the reason for that is you jump out of your comfort zone, and you are making the biggest life leap. And I am so grateful to experience it with you. Michael. So, you definitely get the award for furthest travels, for sure.
Easily.
I want to thank you for showing up, taking action to fulfill your personal mission statement. And I know that we've been in contact, you've been amazingly supportive of my business. I want to be supportive of your business. And so I know that you're nervous about being a body language trainer.
Yeah.
And this is a symbolic gesture. It's a planner, monthly planner for 2015. Excellent. And it's a symbolic gesture that I will help you do that. I will help you get that goal. We will fulfill that mission statement.
Perfect. Thank you.
For you.
Thanks.
Maggie. So, Maggie, I am so... Okay. First, this is symbolic, wings, because you are taking your business to the next level. Sharing your talent, reaching new heights by sharing your talent with the world in a completely new way, by taking your photography and putting it in a course.
Thank you.
Erica. Ooh. Hard. Okay. Erica, yours is the shortest, but it's the most succinct, it's the most fabulous. I want to give you, you're being absolutely fearless, so I want to give you the stress reliever, because every single answer has been conquering a fear, and I think that you've inspired everyone else to be absolutely fearless. So to relieve that fear, and then the simplest and the most direct. Thank you. So, Pratima, come up here. It is your turn. I want to thank you. I look forward to your answers so much. First of all, you have an infectious laugh and a wonderful smile. And so I want to honor and thank you for having an inner warmth. And I know you don't think that you have it, but you do. For a growth mentality and an infectious compassion. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you to my audience, the staff around. I want to just call you guys out. Kate and Brian, Greg on camera, I see you. Alex, thank you. I want to thank everyone in the booth. Ben, Daniel, Josh, Stacy. I hope I did not forget anyone. John, I make sure I mention you. You guys are like magic. You're like magic behind the walls, and I'm so grateful for all of your help. So I also want to thank my friends and family. I've been a crazy person the last 3 or 4 months writing this course in the zone. Thank you for your patience. And for you guys at home, for being here for 30 days. I know it takes a tremendous investment in time and energy, and I am so grateful for you for being here. Remember, it doesn't end here. I'm happy to keep supporting you. On my website, I will keep posting innovative science, tips, and advice. I'll keep adding skills. The support does not end with this course. It is time for the last, what is the most important thing you learned in the last 30 days? Not just today, but what's that one thing that was your aha moment in this course? I'd love to hear from 3 of you if you're willing to share. Yes.
The matrix. Hands down. And not only just having the matrix, but learning how that applies to me and how I interact with others, and learning how other people's matrix, how I need to treat them the way they want to be, the way they would treat themselves. So that's the core of everything for me.
That these skills really are learnable, that they're just skills we can learn.
Yeah.
I really thought that you were either born with it or you weren't, and that's not the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, it's actually like the 30-day plan at the end.
Yeah.
Because we learned so much, and it kind of felt a little overwhelming the last 30 days.
Yes.
And then I flipped the page in the workbook, and like there's a 30-day plan, so you can actually learn it again and again over time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you. Now I want to hear from you. I want to hear what was the most important thing you learned in the last 30 days on Twitter @VivianneEdwards with the hashtag people skills, and the most amazing answers of the last 30 days. You will get my free dating course and entrepreneur course.
And we're looking forward to reviewing all of those. And Sashit made a really good point there. There's still more details in the workbook. There's still so many wonderful things in there. So make sure you have that. It's available to purchase upgrade. And that's going to be really guiding you for the next 30 days and the next 30 days beyond that. So make sure you have that. Vanessa, this has been absolutely amazing. You've rocked Creative Live now twice.
Yeah, it's been fun.
So what are we doing the third time?
Oh, God.
Okay, so go away and think about that. But as Vanessa was saying, I do want to say a huge thank you to all of you. You are the reason that we're here. And I want to say a wonderful thank you to our students. And you're so much better than the students we had on day one, trust me. But why don't you all come up?
Yeah, come up
We'd love
and
to have
join
you
us.
here. But Vanessa,
Could not do the course without you guys.
what would you like to leave our online audience with just one final thought?
So this has been an adventure. It's been a huge, huge adventure, and the ride keeps going with growth mentality, and all of us in this course have a growth mentality that we just can keep on growing and make more changes. Come in, come
Absolutely.
closer.
Well, thank you to all of the Creative Live crew. There are so many people who make all of this happen. Thank you to everybody who's worked so hard on this particular course. But of course, we want to say thank you to you, thank you to our wonderful students. But let's say a huge thank you to the amazing Vanessa Van Edwards. For this 30-day course, we want to say that's a wrap. Goodbye. Woo!